when did you make the segue from like the modeling business to business?
Actually, that's a good question. I think probably the turnover point was sometime during Sports Illustrated. I was looking at the calendars and thinking, I'm Miss January. I'd really like to be Miss March, because that's when my birthday is.
Okay.
And actually thinking about it, I might like to be Miss April as well, and Miss May and Miss June. And so I decided that, why don't I do my own calendar? That could be fun.
And you printed it up yourself?
Well, I put $60,000 into printing. I got a photographer. I found a distribution company, and I just made my own calendar. And then I made a making of the calendar TV show.
I see.
So that was like the first time I sort of thought to myself, actually, it'd be really interesting to do my own thing.
You trademarked the, I don't know if it even counts as a phrase, but the body, which I think Time Magazine called you, they called you the body, and then you trademarked that.
I just thought it'd be good for business.
Yeah, and so then does that mean like, what about Jesse the Body Ventura? Was he able to continue?
Probably.
Do you have a suit against him?
No, I don't, not yet. Because I don't think people are going to mix us up.
Yes, that is true. There will be no confusion.
So, you know, no confusion there.
I cannot imagine what it must have been like to be a supermodel in the 80s when everything seemed, like looking back, everything seemed normal then, but now everything seems crazy. Everything seems like the We Are the World video, like brought to life. Was that a crazy time for you?
It was interesting. I just come from Australia and I moved to America and I was exposed to a lot. And I remember one of my first jobs, I was invited to go to St. Bart's. And I remember thinking, no, I can't go because I don't have enough money for the plane ticket. And they said, no, my agency said, no, the magazine actually pays for you to go. So I was relieved. I got on the plane, I got there, I went to stay at the PLM in St. Bart's, and a friend of mine called me and she said, you'll never guess who's playing the piano down at the piano bar. And it was Billy Joel. So down I go with Billy Joel, and at the time I was working with Whitney Houston, who was modeling.
She started as a model.
She started as a model. So Whitney and I were working together, and then Christy Brinkley was shooting her beauty book there. So it was Whitney, Christy, and me, and Billy Joel. And then, of course, the rest is history, because you know, well, he ended up with Christy, very much in love. And I remember him listening to, Whitney made a tape and gave it to him and said, do you think I could be a singer? And there you go. There she
I did not know that.
Yeah, and he was like, you got to hear. He was playing it for me. He said, you got to listen to this girl. She's got the most amazing voice.
He was right. Wow, that's unbelievable. I didn't even realize that. I thought,
it was a really, really interesting kind of a period because you'd meet people along the way, and now I look back.
Like who else? Give us one more.
Okay, who else?
Who's somebody you're like, I can't believe I was, and looking back,
what about this one? Donald Trump and Michael Jackson. Together.
Excellent.
How about that?
That's good.
What a combo, right?
That's a pretty good,
Dinner at a casino in New Jersey, I think it was, at one of the Trump Towers with Michael Jackson and Donald Trump. That was a pretty cool one.
Was it just the three of you?
That's all I remember. I mean, whoever else was there.
Did you talk to Michael at the dinner?
Yes, I did. And he was cool. He was sweet and funny and very wry. I remember people chasing him, and he would run the other way up the escalators to try to get away. And I was like, how did he do that? How do you even go an up a down escalator? But he was definitely...
It's the sort of thing Michael Jackson...
That was what he could do.
I mean, he moonwalked backwards.
There you go. He was nifty on his feet.